and it's something we have to organise around a great deal. It's something we feel really passionate about for black students in particular, because when black students are killed, they're killed twice. First, they kill our physical bodies, and then they assassinate our character. It's what we see every single time when a black person is killed by the hands of the police. We started off as stowaways, then they called us the pimps, then the drug dealers, then the Rasta Yardis, then the muggers, and then today, the gangsters.
Surrounded by so many police is an indication of violence. Why should it be that my presence, our black presence, is an indication of the precipitation of violence? Why should our being, our mere being, result in the need for the coercive eyes of the police to deal with us in a way which denies our humanity?
You know, it really is important that we stand up and get our message across to the world. We want justice for all, not just justice for the few who have power and who have positions and have the money. We must stand up and fight.
My family and I are sorry to miss this demonstration today, but today is the anniversary of what happened to my son Julian 2 years ago. Today is a very painful day for us, and one that we need to spend privately supporting each other through. When I saw the photograph of Julian, when I saw the photograph of Freddie Gray laying in hospital, I thought, that is my son, that is Julian. Initially, all my family and I knew was that Julian had suffered a severe spinal injury, brain injury, and cardiac arrest following his contact with the police.
The families are always left as victims indefinitely. The families that are left to try to piece together what's happened to their loved one. They know that the police has done something fatally wrong, but to get the evidence and the answers is further insult on top of the death.
You know, this is the same criminal justice system where 1 in 3 young black men now in the States will spend time in prison, compared to 1 in 17 young white men. How can we rely on that system to deliver justice? And this is what I think is so important about what's happening in the States.
Gonna get a bit old school out here, I want to pour libation, please. For Sean Rigg.
Thank you.
Sean Bell. For Oscar Grant. For Romali Graham. For Ayanna Jones. For Anisha McBride. Through the underworld and overworld, principles are so the same. No, we pretend they're not, as if they do not control cocaine. But you find it's connected. Every kid in the hood that's living with a death wish is the same as the king who kills for the bling, but he's just much more reckless. It's the king that I'm talking about. Though he's born with a silver spoon in his mouth, still gonna clap for the slightest of chat at any world leader that can't back it. If he's sitting on the boxes, they're just oil, mineral deposits, food he's moving, messing with our profit. So he better stop it. They say money make the world go round, but it don't. That's just not true if you ain't got guns to protect that money. I regret that, sonny, it's more for you. Only murder further agendas that money couldn't force. Eliminate the foes who propose to suppose a different course. Of course, a little torture is usually a big supporter. It's nothing quite like killing, good riddance to non-supporters. We demonize the man on the corner, paint him as a thug. They worship murder so much, it's just that he ain't killed enough. You wanna commit murder and not end up in cuffs? You gotta make it to the Premier League, 1,000 murders plus.
The point I was making was about the crimes of global capitalism and white supremacy and how the ideas are twinned. So the fact that black people can be shot while unarmed, on camera, while running away from the police and get no justice in America is intimately connected to 6 million dead people in US-backed proxy war in the Congo for the continent is in my mobile phone and your camera and in minerals all across the Western world. So the two crimes are intimately connected, even though the ones in the Congo of infinitely larger scale, and even though it happens to be black people killing black people, it's black people killing black people on behalf of white supremacist capitalist interests. This idea that only white people can be anti-black is of course bullshit. So what I'm saying is, when we say Black Lives Matter, when we look at the way in which the black struggle is seen in the world, the visibility of black America on the one hand is beautiful, that we've got these icons, the Muhammad Ali's, the Malcolm X's, the Martin Luther King's. It's also about recognizing the reason why black America is more visible than any other portion of the black world is because of their proximity to white empire. So there is the contradiction. Afro-Brazilians suffer infinitely worse racial segregation and infinitely worse, not that we're running a competition, police brutality.
How do you feel about the way that what's been happening in America is being portrayed in the media, for example?
The media is is part of the state, bourgeois state's propaganda. Even if there is an appearance of independence, it's extremely important that the work that you guys are doing, for example, in being alternative media, that we try to find spaces in which we have dialogue and voice which are truthful and meaningful to the masses. The media distort and package and sift, sort and grade facts to suit the agenda of those with power.